Bang, bang, bang. Oh, howdy, partner. Time for timer. Do you ever get that hungry feeling after school? Boy, I do. I'm so hungry, I could eat a wagon wheel. When I'm slow on the draw and I need something to chaw, I hanker for a hunk of cheese. When my 10-gallon hat's a feeling 5 gallons flat, I got something planned, which is little cheese sandwiches. Come on. Here's a great little snack to tide you over till dinner. If you want something delicious and nutritious, cheese is a super snack. Look, a wagon wheel. When my get up and go has got up and went, I hanker for a hunk of cheese. When I'm dancing, I hold down and my boots kind of slow down, or any time I'm weak in the knees. I hanker for a hunk of, a slabber slice and chunk of, a snack that is a winner, and yet won't spoil my dinner. I hanker.
Good morning, good evening, whatever it may be, wherever you're at. A hanker for a hunk of cheese. Oh, yeah. Michael Jackson released Thriller 41 years ago, 1984. Just some things to note in history today. Hope you're having a wonderful day. It's not even 6 a.m. in the morning here. Woo! But you hanker for a hunk of cheese and maybe some entertainment just for a moment. Maybe learn something, maybe not. We'll talk about the deep state of things a little bit. The animated series Thundercats premiered 40 years ago, 1985. Madonna released Material Girl 40 years ago, 1985 as well. Donnie and Marie, I watched a lot of that, starring Donnie Osmond and Marie Osmond, brother and sister, of course, premiered 49 years ago, 1976, bicentennial year on ABC, wildly popular at the time. David Bowie released his take 3. How about 2? David Bowie released his 10th studio album, Station to Station, 49 years ago, 1976 as well. Barney Miller debuted 1975, 50 years ago. Watched a lot of that. January 23rd, which was yesterday, of course, 1984. Hulk Hogan defeated the Iron Sheik to win his first WWF title. How about that? All the way back to 1994, his first WWF bout. January 23rd, 2005, Johnny Carson sadly passed away at the age of 79. Host of the Today Show, which had a long legacy on TV. I remember watching this on TV. Roots, Alex Haley's Roots miniseries began January 23rd, 1977. Actors like Lauren Green, Vic Morrow, others, Ed Asner, of course, LeVar Burton playing Kunta Kinte, Toby. Just a great miniseries. Casablanca, Doc Blaylock's favorite movie of all time, starring Humphrey Bogart, Ingrid Bergman, and Paul Henreid, and then also Claude Rains was in that, and Conrad Veidt. So and Peter Lorre, among others. And Sidney Greenstreet. Let's don't forget that. Premiered 82 years ago in 1943. Casablanca. Richard Dean Anderson turned 75 today. Known for MacGyver and Stargate TV series. You're a Good Sport, Charlie Brown premiered on the 23rd of January in 1978. 1988, The Way You Make Me Feel by Michael Jackson reached number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100. The Brady Bunch Hour premiered 48 years ago in 1977, Star Wars years on ABC. Disney Channel Yeah, let's see. I'm going to read that. Frisbee, 1975, Wham-O Toy Company introduced the aerodynamic plastic disc toss free. All right, let's say it, Rex. Frisbees. Flies like a plane, spins like a gyroscope. New design gives amazing controlled flights. Curves, boomerangs, fly straight. America's favorite game to catch. Wham-O, genuine Frisbee. 1975. Kind of like the hula hoop, a new development in aerodynamic space technology. Frisbees are fun. Enjoy frisbees. I can't imagine a world without a frisbee. But I mean, they only came out in January of 57. Isn't that wild? The A-Team premiered 42 years ago in 1983 on NBC. In 2000, Uncrustables. Remember those? I believe they're still around. Smucker's Uncrustables. I don't know that I've ever tried one of those. Were introduced in the grocery stores under the Smucker's brand name. I just have not tried an Uncrustable, I don't think. Good morning, Marcus Killigrew. You are up early. Of course, you're an hour ahead of me and a year older than me. So I bow to your wisdom, sir. Have you ever tried a Smucker's Uncrustable? I can't say that I have. I would certainly try one, though. If it was a vegetable pie, yeah, maybe not. Well, we're just a few minutes in, but it's already time for a commercial. But it's going to be a kick-ass commercial on Choppy Ass Theater. You know the thing.
Kiss. The incredible, outrageous rock group wants you to kiss your face. Introducing Kiss Your Face Makeup. Just like the makeup worn by Gene, Paul, Peter, or Ace, Kiss Your Face Makeup has all the equipment you need. Professional makeup, brushes, and cream remover with makeup diagrams so you can look like Gene, look like Paul, look like Peter, or look like Ace. So kiss your face and get your act together. Kiss your
From Remco. How many ads have you seen from Remco? Oh, you get up between 5:30 and 6 a.m. Yeah. Early bird gets the worm, eh? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, that's retro news. How about some deep state things? Did you see where Donald Trump signed an executive order to release the Kennedy files and everything they have on that? Interesting. Man, he is upsetting the apple cart. I've heard some audio about from subordinates under LBJ that he sort of ordered his assassination. So we'll see where it goes. Who knows what's going to happen. I just pray we don't have another assassination. But assassinations were off the chain in the 60s. Actress Haji was born on this day in 1946. Known for her film role in Russ Meyer's cult classics Faster, Pussycat, Kill, 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 1965, Good Morning and Goodbye, 1967, and Super Vixen, 1975. I must say, I am unaware of this actress. I have not seen any of those. I've heard of Pussycat Kill 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 and maybe the other movies, but I've not seen them to my knowledge. She passed in 2013 at age 67. Cause of death remains unknown to this day. But today would have been her birthday. I'll show you a picture of what she looks like, and you'll go, "Oh yeah, maybe I've seen her." In a movie, in a cult classic movie. I have not. She's definitely got those cat eyes, though, doesn't she? It looks like Groundhouse type stuff. Also, birthday today, actor, comedian, heavenly birthday, John Belushi, born in 1949, remembered for TV's Saturday Night Live and numerous films such as The Blues Brothers, 1980, 1942 as well. Many, many different things. He died sadly at the age of 33 from a combined drug intoxication, heroin, and cocaine overdose. So, yeah, it's not a good thing, you know. Uh, he definitely needed to play Spock instead of, because could do the raised eyebrows. I like Trump to sign an executive order and make DC say that Superman stands for truth, justice, and the American way. Yeah, I'd be for that instead of like the global agenda or however you would phrase it nowadays. Yeah, there he is in 1942, the movie, with his flying goggles on. Saturday Night Live. How the star has fallen. They just need to cancel Saturday Night Live at this point. But then that wouldn't make the New York crowd happy. Belushi was great, absolutely, and his brother was a fairly good actor himself. Doing the stuff that he did after his brother's death, kind of came to the forefront. Novelist Edith Wharton was born this day in 1862. First woman to win the Pulitzer Prize in fiction for The Age of Innocence, 1921. Her other works, The House of Mirth, 1905, Edith Frome, 1911, and Ghost Stories, several ghost stories. She passed in 1937 at the age of 85 from a heart attack. First Pulitzer Prize winner, female Pulitzer Prize winner. Oh, how dress has changed over the decades, right? Seems like a long time ago, but 100 years, just a blink of the eye. Blink of the eye. So if you like ghost stories, you might check out some of her ghost stories that she wrote. Stage and film TV actress, also her birthday today, Estelle Winwood. I'm sorry. Born on this day in 1883, English actress who moved to the USA in mid-career. Her roles were small, but she was unforgettable. Her last film role was at age 92 in Murder by Death, 1976. Passed in 1984 at the age of 101 from natural causes. I remember her. Always always memorable on the things that I saw her act in. I can't think of anything specifically. There she is with Marilyn Monroe and Eli Wallach there in the background. And what's her name? What's his name back there? That might have been in the Misfits. That looks like a Misfits shot. Marilyn Monroe's last movie, and also Clark Gable's last movie. Mrs. Good Stuff, I hope you're doing good. You're in my prayers, dear. Sorry for your loss. Can't say enough about you. You're an early riser, I know. Ernest Borgnine, born today in 1917. A career for 6 decades. Films from Here to Eternity, also Marty, that kind of launched his career. The thing about Marty is like, what do you want to do today? I don't know. What do you want to do today? I don't know. What do you want to do today? Was kind of the joke in that movie. Here to Eternity, I think of Burt Lancaster, not Ernest Borgnine. Of course, he was in, had a small role in Spartacus with Kirk Douglas. Bad Day at Black Rock, 1955. I believe that's a Western. The Wild Bunch, which is definitely a Western. Great Western for 1969. Marty, they did mention Marty, which was 1955. Okay, so I think that was his big breakout role, but he was in it From Here to Eternity, 1953 as well. And The Poseidon Adventure, one of my favorite disaster movies. Plus TV's McHale's Navy, 1962 to 66. He had 5+ marriages. Passed in 2012 at the age of 95. The great Ernest Borgnine. Did a lot of Westerns. I've been watching him in the occasional Western. I think he was probably in Have Gun Will Travel, if not the first episode that was broadcast. Thank you, Rex. No, thank you. Thank you for being here. It's always great, even if you just pop in for a second. It's good to see you, Miss G, and communicate with you. There we go. And I believe this was one of his wives, Ethel Merman. There's no business like show business, like no business I know. She became famous for singing that. Sharon Tate. Sharon Tate, born today in 1943, known for her film roles such as The Fearless Vampire Killers and Valley of the Dolls, both in 1967. On August 9th, 1969, of course, Tate, at the age of only 26, and 4 others were murdered by the Charles Manson family. Yeah, she'll always be known for that, but it would have been interesting. And she was pregnant at the time. That's what made it such a horrendous thing, as if not just her losing her own life was bad enough, but also the life of the child. And none of the Manson family really should be pardoned unless there's extenuating evidence that, might clear their name. But I don't see that happening. These are diehard fanatics. I just saw Borgnine in an episode of Magnum PI. There you go. And he also played, was it Airwolf? He was also in a regular series in the early 80s. I believe it was Airwolf, wasn't it? Or am I with J. Michael Vincent? Or am I mistaken on that? Oh, look at this little grouping. If you're an X-Men fan, check that out. Love the Stone X for the backdrop there. Yeah, there's no telling how many rows that are in things that Ernest Borgnine was in. Ernest Borgnine never had a great body type or face. It just shows you back in the day how diverse, in a good way, the actress and actresses were. Regular body types, not your Arnold Schwarzenegger types, over the top, 1979 on the spinner rack. These are some of the books that you could have bought back in 1979. I did not buy the Invincible Spider-Man one. I'm sorry, Iron Man. See, the mouth thinks, the head thinks one thing and the mouth says another. Stop it. Still only 35 cents. Yeah, it just kept going up and up and up. Fantastic Four here. I'm looking at this. Maybe George Perez, I guess, cover. He definitely did the bullet heads there. And by bullet, I mean the little circular group. Never had this one. Probably George Perez cover. Defenders, I think I bought this one. I'm not sure about this one, though. I was definitely reading Defenders at this time, I think. I definitely have it in my collection. I think this might have been one of the ones that I missed. Occasionally, you missed an issue. It just didn't arrive on the stands. Definitely bought this when it came out. What If Sergeant Fury had fought World War II in outer space? I didn't like What If to begin with. I believe this is a Herb Trimpe and Joe Sennett cover. 60 cents. It cost a little bit more, but its wackiness was kind of endearing. To see alternate stories. In 1979, you could have bought some of these books. Oh yeah, I got these comics. Well, there was, I couldn't buy everything. This is 1979, so here Peter Parker, Spectacular Spider-Man. I started reading Peter Parker, Spectacular Spider-Man later in its run around the 70s, 80s, 90s, numbering, maybe a little earlier. Occasional issue here or there, but I started reading it regularly there for a while, especially when he was in love with so many different women like Black Cat and the regular blonde that had the glasses on and everything. It was well written. Did not have this one, Spider-Man and Doctor Strange and Clea being his underling. Sorcerer Possessed. I wonder what could possess Doctor Strange. A nice Master of Kung Fu underwater cover there, Frogman and Underwater, where monsters drown. A little riff on one of their titles. Number 75 here. Kind of looks like Rudy Nebreeze to me, but I'm not sure. This is definitely an Infantino cover. It definitely says that on there, something with Wycheck inks. Star Wars. Never got any of these. This is number 22. You're supposed to explode in space. And how do you talk in space in a vacuum? Just, poking holes in it. Sorry. I subscribed to most of those comics before comic shops. So you had subscriptions. You probably hit the description, where you could get like 12 issues for so much money. Is that what you did? Hit the Marvel ads. Leaping forward to 1990, Marvel Comics presents number 46. I did not get this one. Looks like a Rob Liefeld cover. That's Rob Liefeld, isn't it? Looks like it to me. That's a comic I never got into. Yeah, Star Wars. Walt Simonson on the cover here. I was buying it when Walt Simonson was doing it. I think I retroactively got some of those. I don't think I bought this particular one though. Iron Man. I did like this armor here. Did like this armor. I thought it was pretty slick. I think this probably came in sometime after the silver and red outfit, where the helmet configuration, everything was more triangular. I did not like that one that much at all for Iron Man. Like the little cutaways in the boots and the gauntlets, side strapping there and everything. This definitely looks like a Herb Trimpe cover here. Did not buy this one back in the day, so I'm striking out on what I'm buying off the spinner racks for these years. But I'm sure I was getting something. For Christ's sake, there should be a law against talking comic books before 9 a.m. Well, you can always watch on rewatch, but I'm glad to see you're here, Crooked. Exactly. It was a way to get a lot of comics, not for not that much money. Yeah. I just never did that. Did they arrive in good shape? Were they bent? They had the subscription crease on them or what? I guess the ordering in bulk would have helped. Also, actor Jerry Mayron, who has passed away now, today would have been his birthday. He died at age 98 in 2018. He's remembered for his role as the Munchkin of the Lollipop Guild in 1939 film The Wizard of Oz. He was the last surviving Munchkin cast member with a specifically identifiable speaking and singing role. Turn the lollipumpkin, the lollipumpkin, the lollipumpkin. Yeah. Munchkins are dying off. It's good that they gotten recognition. Bob Layton designed those armors. Yeah. Yeah, I didn't much care for the red and the silver, though. But now that one that I showed, that was pretty good. Keith Pollard, of course, the other day on the 21st, turned 75. I'd never seen a picture of him. It's pretty wild. John Byrne wasn't the only guy in the Bronze Age handling multiple books at a time. In January 1979, Pollard did the art of 3 of Marvel's biggest titles. He regularly penciled 2 books a month in his heyday. There's a picture of Keith Pollard. I read Keith Pollard in Thor, Green Lantern, and others. Never got to meet him. Here he is in Fantastic Four. I read his Fantastic Four stuff. Thor. That's a great cover. And Amazing Spider-Man. Yeah, he did some Amazing Spider-Mans as well. Wonderful Keith Pollard. 75. I don't know exactly who did this artwork, but Jimmy Palmiotti put it up, and it's worth looking at. There we go. Sort of a homage to Captain America #1. A little different reimagining with Captain America socking Adolf Hitler in the face. I wish I were dead, but it's getting better. Wow. Don't remember the comics, remember damage, but everyone tells me that. Yeah. Well, you know about subscription creases down the middle, I'm sure. Cracking news: Wallace and Gromit's Gromit Vengeance Most Foul has been nominated for Best Animated Feature at the Academy Awards. Cracking news. Do you like Wallace and Gromit? I do. I have most of that and some of the Shaun Sheep type stuff. I enjoy Wallace and Gromit. Love claymation. Glad to see that Nick Parks has done it again. The Galloping Gourmet. I don't know that I ever watched him. I guess he was probably on PBS. Didn't pay much attention to his cooking show, but I probably saw him back in the day. Graham Kerr, I hope I'm saying his last name right, Kerr, is 91 today. That was back January 21st, so that's not today, but it's a little bit behind on some of the birthdays. But Galloping Gourmet, I'd seen that. Did you watch the Galloping Gourmet? Palmiotti worked it into a slam on Trump, unfortunately. Yeah, that's what I thought it was. Whoever did the artwork, though, is stupendous. You like my new icon? I had to have, John Dillard's Devil Flyer up here in at least one of the icons. A bog that I did back in 2015, a color bog, was one that had the little delete. And I had the Marvel calendars of 79 and 80, and they showed pictures of the creators on their birthday. That's cool. Was Pollard one of them? I've never seen a picture of Pollard till they were showing it, pictures of him on his birthday, on his 75th birthday. Yesterday's birthday was Pepe Larraz. I don't know if you know him. He's a newer artist. He worked on X-Men, Uncanny Avengers. I may have some of that because I have some of the Uncanny Avengers. Mighty Thor, House of X, Kanan, and Blood Hunt. Pepe Larraz. I'm unfamiliar with him. Is Uncanny Avengers still going? That was back in the day, right? That looks like House of Sword X that he's got there. Happy belated birthday. Yesterday was his birthday. Tony Duzunga artwork. This is a nice red Sonya piece by Tony. I never could say his name. Primarily an inker. I mean, I think he worked on a lot on Arak, Son of Thunder. Hello, Katie. It's wonderful to see you, dear. Hope you're doing fine. If not, call me. We can talk through this. Always happy to have a cup of something. Omer Glitch, posting and reposting, his wonderful bog. This will be one of the things that's made into a trading card if we reach our next stretch goal, which has not been set. Personally, I definitely want to go over 4,000 with the campaign. I think we will easily do that. Okay, he works with Mark. Okay. Yeah. Also, a Sea Demon card done by Apex Comics will be on the stretch goal, and a 6 a.m. bog sticker. As we were adding, I will be getting drawing fairly soon. I've just got to find the paper that I want to use, the Bristol paper. And then I'll get started on the short story. I'll start with the 2-page spread. The 2-page spread by Jay Krieger. If you haven't seen it, let me see if I can go to Share screen. You may have already seen it. I think it's wonderful. Nice drawn interior artwork done by Jay. Midnight double page spread. First look at Old Lady Midnight is what I'm kind of calling her now. Be developing that character in 2 different timelines. A more mature Midnight and playing off of each other. Come on, bring it up. Crooked Painter, of course, on the drawn interior. It's not too late. You can, maybe not on this 2-page spread, but if someone wants to steal back the drawn interior, we'll work you into some part of the book. Well, here we have Crooked Painter up in the upper left-hand corner. We've got Shadowhawk in the bottom left-hand corner. We have Midnight's horse. Daybreak, I think. What was that? Sunrise? Let's see. What was the? I forget the name. I've got it written down, and we have Lack down there in the corner. I like the diversity. And Crooked, I just noticed this looking at it on my phone, that he put the Billy Jack hat on you, which was supposed to go on Lack, but he used the hat, and I'm glad he did, because you got a diversity of hats, in there. Midnight's got her on. You got the Billy Jack hat on, although it's kind of cut short to fit everything in there. I like that. We've got Midnight looking older with the white hair. Got her horse in there. Got my co-host in there. Got Lack. Got his finger pointing at you. I don't know what that's all about. He normally wears that hat and buckskins. But wonderful stuff. Made her look sexy. Love it. Love that she's got the black sort of Zorro or Lone Ranger mask, and then with the white outfit as she's older, the white mask, and change to the white hat instead of the black motif. I think you're really going to like this Midnight and the Roustabouts once we get it underway. That's wonderful stuff. We do have a hard date that we will be sort of relaunching, and I don't want to call it a relaunch per se, just a redo of the campaign. We'll have the Jimmy Reyes cover. I'll have to get a colorist on that here pretty soon to get it colored. And then when it's colored, we'll have the reveal at the launch on Red Valkyries, and that'll be at 3 Eastern, 3 Central. Well, shoot. I have to look here. Isn't that pitiful? I've got it written down in my calendar, but my calendar's in there. I'm starting to transcribe stuff. Had a good long talk after the show with Tokame yesterday, by the way. All right, have I missed it? No, there's Shay responding. March 8th at 4 p.m. Eastern, which is 3 our time Central. So 4 p.m. Eastern will be on the Red Valkyrie show yet again on the March 8th for a momentum makeover of the campaign. It'll have a trading card set. It'll have, if everything goes as planned, we'll have the trading card set. I think I'm going to go with front and back characters on that, so that you'll get like Bog on one side, maybe Midnight on another, and they'll have only their name and the artwork. Various artists. I've done enough artwork. I could probably do 18. I'm sure I have 18 images of different characters of mine, but I don't want it all to be about me. I want a variety of artists. I think that, how is Jimmy Reyes? I really haven't heard from him. I haven't communicated with him. So I really couldn't tell you, to tell you the truth. And just like most other channels, I don't catch their broadcasts, unless I'm on the panel or, I just happen to pop in there for a little while and be on the internet. I'm just all about, writing right now. researching, and making progress. And in the last few days, I've been just trying to get the midnight double page spread finished with Jay and communicating with him. Krieger did a good job. He captured the "I'm going to wear your skin" look in my eyes, and cool dope hat. Yeah. That I just got to noticing though that was the Billy Jack hat that lacked. I said, "Do you want to wear a hat?" And he sent that for reference. A good thing, because you wound up wearing it, and it looks dope. It really does. Another romance cover posted. All right, yeah. Marcus has been posting romance covers on comics. How many years have you got to go? I mean, and do you own all those in your collection? I think I probably already asked you that on the Hump Day show. It's good to be able to actually come on a show with you and communicate and talk, because we've got a lot in common, I'm sure, as far as the comics that we bought back in the day. And the artists that we grew up with, the inkers and all that, seem to be very knowledgeable about comics. Of course, superhero genre was always my favorite genre, but glad I've somewhat matured in my thinking, and I'm one of the characters that I'm most excited about is Midnight and forming her Roustabouts team. Here are two comics that Marcus posted. We talked about it on the Hump Day show. He drew the cover on the left, and Rich Buckler and Joe Sennett drew the one on the right, which I actually have in my collection. I have 1 and 2 of that. Bought them over at Universal Comics, Universe Comics, who's been in business over in Jackson, Tennessee for well over 30 years. Love this cover. Love that it alludes to the thing there with the hand. But yeah, I had no idea, Marcus, that this was your character when I bought this book. I just knew that's dope, and I've got to have that. Love the Flashback Comics, the Fantastic Worlds, just a great title to begin with. And putting the thing in there, just wonderful. Of course, I really like Rich Buckler stuff. Rich Buckler actually drew the first Avengers cover, although I didn't think it was that great a cover. When you stock up, some of the Perez and the Kirby covers that were being done at the time, it was kind of like, meh, okay, people riding. You had the Squadron Supreme in the background, kind of rushing forward. Had Captain America and the Beast and Vision, the Serpent Crown, and all that story. It was interesting. 147, I believe. Yeah, I'm going to have to get one of those Captain Courage books. Just haven't seen it. Just have not seen it anywhere. But that's my jam. I love things like that. Fantastic Worlds, which may have mainstream artists on the cover, but has other artwork inside. Peter DeLuca drawing Marcus's character here. He's going to ink that up, and I assume send it to you. But dope looking stuff. He's working on a Bog. Working on 3 different pieces. Working on one, Omer Glitch's character, Marcus's, and my Bog. All of them look wonderful. Of course, Omer Glitch drawing Devil Flyer back in the day, a couple of years ago, and just colored it earlier this year. I believe it was, or at the last year. Can you send me the pic on Instagram so I can hype your book? Of the 2-page spread? Sure, I can do that. That was one of the things that I got on here and was going to do for you. It's like, yeah, I'm trying to send that out. I actually sent that over the phone to a lot of people, and I asked him to send the image to my phone so I could go over there and share it with my mother. And speak of the Glitch, Omer Glitch, he doesn't know it yet, or maybe he does. He's going to be our special guest today. I did receive your package. And it took me forever while I was talking to Tokamai last night after the show to unbox that thing. You must have used super glue. But everything arrived safely, and that's what, hard package to get into, though. I just threw away all the stuff in the trash. But he sent me prints of his artwork, looks like one's even signed on the front in gold. So yeah, I'll be showing some Omer Glitch artwork. Tokamai paid you a comment, a compliment, and said, I didn't realize Omer Glitch was so good. And I'm like, oh yeah, he's coming along quite nicely. The one with me in it and the link to your Fund My Comic campaign. Yes, I could do that for you. In fact, that's why I came in here and I thought, I might as well do a stream. So Omer Glitch will be our special guest on today. We'll kind of show what he sent me. We'll talk about his artwork and, and then I want to get with you, Omer, after the stream. And there's a file or two I need to save. Like I need to save the file to this 2-page midnight spread that was sent to me through my Gmail. I'll try and make a list of just 1 or 2 items. Just need a little direction. Peter could send me the pencils and I'll ink it. Marcus says. So, well, only Southern Macons and was never distributed through Diamond, right? You don't have to distribute it through Diamond to be a success, as you well know, especially nowadays. Need to look in. Have you? And thanks for the offering of hyping the book, by the way. Sorry, I used a good amount of cardboard. I signed all the prints, or at least I think I did. Yeah, I noticed some were signed on the back. I don't know. We'll check that out, and I'll summarily reprimand you for not signing something if you missed something later today. So you got that to look forward to, Omer. Well, that's about all I had. I thought it was breaking news, really, and you probably heard some about it. Trump announcing that the JFK, everything on JFK would be released. I love that. He also, announced that told Davos globalists he will make the United States the world capital of artificial intelligence and crypto. So he's shaking things up, and I think, yeah, he needs to come out, pew pew pew, firing those salvos, and 4 years is going to pass very quickly. And I say, get her done. Get it done. Gary Martin, his inks over Steve Rude's Nexus. That's kind of a simple one for him, but very nice. There you go. We got to get Gary Martin back on here. Supposed to release RFK and MLK2 stuff. Yeah, heard on the internet. Yeah. Finished inking Captain Courageous, Marcus. I just need to color it up, and I'll send you the ink scan soon, Marcus. Indeed. Yes, there's Crooked Painter's Instagram. If you're not connected with him, you need to be. I need to get back to acrylic painting myself. Once I get my art section set up the way I want it, we'll be breaking out the paint sets, I'm sure. happy birthday to Randolph Scott. It would have been heavenly birthday to Randolph Scott. Randolph Scott, just watched him in a wonderful retelling, Frontier Marshal, which was, he played Wyatt Earp. And Cesar Romero, who was the Joker in the 1966 Batman series, best known for that probably. Great actor, played Doc Holliday. Where's Krieger working now? Well, he's out in California. He's Dark Horse. He hasn't. He will be doing. He's looking into it right now. Crooked Painter. He's supposed to do some more stuff for me. He's got to do Midnight in the Roustabouts logo, for one thing. Chaos page, and maybe down the line some of the title pages for the pulp. Love for him to do the midsection, but we'll see. The comic book section of the pulp. Meathead, yeah, he's working on a few other things. I don't know where he's at. He was kind of at a stopping point to do the 2-page spread. So, glad he got that in, and we'll add that to the campaign. And hopefully get some more backers. But it's not just that we're going to be adding new artwork, but we'll be adding new artwork done by me and other artists up for sale. Talking with another artist, but hopefully he'll get the stuff to me before, and we can get it scanned and put it up there and actually sell some of that. I already have one of his pieces that's going to be used. Tank Ferret's Cy Marco piece that he's done and delivered to me will be one of the trading cards on one of the sides. I think I'm going to do. I wonder if I should do them flip. If the trading cards like a flip book where you just flip it over and it's right side up, or should I print them the same way and you just kind of turn it around? I don't think I could do it flip, because if you put it in the 9-ring binder pockets, you're going to have one image upside down. So we'll probably just print them both right side up, same way, but different characters on each side of the card with their name. He said he wants to go back into mainstream. Yes, he does. Which is still indie. I mean, whether you work for, it won't be Marvel and DC. I wouldn't think it's going to be, Dynamite or Dark Horse or something like that. Image, maybe. Where did he work? Marvel, DC. He worked for Marvel about the same time John Malin did. I don't know about DC. He's worked for Avatar. He gave me a long list of others, and I'm sorry, I just can't remember exactly what they are. I do have some Avatar books. They're a smaller publisher, but they've been out a while. Did some very limited stuff. Sell that Bog piece if you want, that I sent you. Yeah, I could add that to the campaign as well. Yeah. The one I made for you, if it helps your campaign. I appreciate that, Omer. Yeah, we could put up the trading card art, on there. But happy belated birthday, or heavenly birthday to Randolph Scott. Love his stuff. Mythicals 3. Check this out. Artwork. Mythicals 3. Character. Ojo's book. Done by Alan Alonso. Very cool. Very colorful. I got to get my CG werewolf in there. I got to get a werewolf in there somewhere. Cool. As long as I can flex, you got a Marvel artist working on your book. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yep. We've got, pretty soon Russ Leach. He's worked for Marvel, but the UK Marvel. He's done recently Ben 10. He's going to do a midnight cover for me, and I've already announced that. It's going to have like a silverback gorilla up on a rock in the back, ready to pounce, and she's going to be kind of on her horse, startled, the horse rearing back, and that's going to be with all the little pulp titles and little, letters and everything on the cover, like a old pulp magazine would be for the Midnight and the Roustabouts pulp. That I just haven't pulled the trigger. I know what I want Russ to do. One reason is he draws horses so nice, and I've never worked with him. And we did a deal, I guess early last year or maybe the year before, for him to do me a couple covers, and I just never really have thought, what do I want most out of him? And that's going to be one of them. I thought about him doing a bog cover as well. But I may just hold off on that. Let's do one thing at a time. When we get to Midnight and the Roustabouts, I'm still going to have to give it that painted feel. Find somebody who can either actually paint or do it digitally and give it that painterly feel, like most of the pulps look. Understand though, if you want to keep the original, yeah, that too. And then there's only so many spaces for like artwork, so I guess I probably should be thinking, hey Marvy, lunchtime, have a great weekend everyone. Yes, it is the weekend. But yeah, I believe Russ has drawn Batman. He's drawn Ben 10 recently, Doctor Who, several different iterations of Doctor Who, like 3 or 4 different doctors. But it's been like the Marvel UK stuff, mainly over in the UK where we don't. But, look at Alan Davis or Bolland and other artists that sort of invaded comics in the direct market for the very first time in the 80s. That's where Alan Davis and Alan Moore, even the writers, Dave Gibbons, all they came out with, in the early 80s that I had never seen before. And yet they'd been drawing Judge Dredd and other things over there in the UK for, a good decade, probably, was well known over there. But kind of hit the American comic book scene in the early 80s. And now they're just legends in the field. Good morning, Gable Pennyshot. It's good to see you, sir. Hopefully your work week is done, but I suspect you probably had to work today, as Marvy is having to do. There's so many great artists out there. It's hard to pick and choose, who to do, when, and where. There's still artists on my short list that I still have not worked with, and I've been about 3 years at it, commissioning artists, and but it's getting easier. It's getting easier to develop things and to write stories. Now that we're write a good foundation. Here's a blast from the past, a Neil Adams piece that perhaps you've never seen. Book and record set. It looks like a wraparound cover there. I don't know if that's Grodd, but Gorilla, if you want to sell, that's one reason I'm going with the Gorilla cover, because Gorilla covers sell, and I think that'd be a great thing to have on a pulp. And you have Sherlock Holmes there. If you haven't checked out Mike Barron's Leviathan, it's winding down, and in the next day or so. So if you haven't backed Leviathan, you better get on it. Of course, it's been on 3 platforms. It's already ended on Indiegogo, though. Don't know if he's going to take it off Fund My Comic. You better check it out if you want it. We'll have Mike on here again this year, I'm sure, at some point. The Power Records and a lot of fun. I've got a few of them. I've got Frankenstein's Monster. That's got Mike Plug's artwork on it. I have the Fantastic Four, which is a John Buscema Fantastic Four redo of the cover. Um, those are fun things. Looks like it's official. Jeremy of Studio Zaid on the cockfight going up against Ethan Van Sciver Thursday. So that should be big stuff to end the month with on the 30th, 9 p.m. Eastern, Dark Gift Comics. Another John Dillard piece here posted. I'll be working probably the next artist. I don't know which. And definitely have some more things to work with John Dillard. He's got like 4 pages, actually 6. He's got to do the Innerman 2-page story as well. Happy heavenly birthday to National Cartoon Society Award winner, Inkpot Award winner, Life Magazine contributor, political cartoonist Scorchy Smith, and the Adventures of Patsy, artist Noel Sickles. Oh, yeah, wonderful Gil Kane cover here. Self-inked with his felt tip pen. Just the crushing weight of that bear would crush Conan, I would think. But comic book logic. Polar bear, I guess. Look, if we could make in the indie scene, we're going to succeed if we can make exciting covers like this. Look at that. Exciting covers. I bought the one with the Jack of Hearts. I think either that or my cousin had it. I can't remember. I was exposed to that book. The Bile Beast, I know, was in a Treasury edition. I think that was the or the Bile Beast. Was it Bile Beast? I guess it was Bile Beast. There on the right, top right. Got a mixture of artists here. Ernie Chan. The one with the Circus of Crime there, Circus of Lost Souls, it says there on the bottom left. Looks like a Jim Starlin cover, if I'm not mistaken. The only one I had of these, though, was the first one with Jack of Hearts, which is cool. I think that was an early one that I bought. But if we can make covers that have something to do with the story inside and make them as exciting. Look at this. I mean, he's tearing it up on every cover with multiple different artists. If we can make our covers as exciting as that, people are going to want to buy them. And you get what you pay for, you know. You want big bucks, you might have to spend big bucks to get it, you know, but deliver quality consistently. I mean, look at Aaron Lopresti on Wraith of God. Love this cover. He just keeps leveling up even on his covers. See, I'd rather see this with Wraith of God, Fear Hollow. Okay. Number 3. Let the art speak for itself. Empire Comics. I don't need all the Marvel banner and the Ditko box and all that. I would rather see this, which is more, and the colorist on this, the coloring. Oh, just wonderful coloring on this. I would rather see this, though, and let the art speak for itself, and just, this is what it is. Boom, you know, small logo. You know, Empire Comics. That's all you need right there. You don't need all the bells and whistles to make it look like a retro Marvel book. Yes, I will. I will not forget. I will send that to you just as soon as I get down here. Yeah, it is so good. I mean, it's subtle coloring. Love it. just, that charcoal gray and the black. And I mean, it's a very muted palette, but it's very effective. Not everything has to go wham. Billy Tucci says, I'm really digging the idea of an alternate reality at Crusader Comics. Ran #1 comic. Thank you, Niles, for the mock-up cover. In just 6 days, Gate Crasher is less than $500 shy of $70K. Yeah, I love that. Has he got like a mock-up cover added to the campaign now? What if Ran? Yeah, I like that. Yeah, Billy Tucci's been suggested, to get him to do a cover or something for me. And it's like, yeah, it'll come. It'll come. I'll hit Billy up. He'd be great. Once I get some of these characters like Sweet Baby, he'd do a wonderful Sweet Baby cover. There you go, Bill Bixby, Lou Ferrigno back in the day. Take him down, Bill. Take him down. Get him in a headlock. You think you're tough. Here's a picture of Jack Kirby in the store signing comics for people. That's awesome. Back in the day. Never seen this particular picture of Kirby. I guess maybe that's Roz to his right. I'm not sure. It's probably Roz there right with him. One of the unsung heroes of comics. She inked Jack Kirby stuff, back in the day. Here is Jack Kirby inked by Dick Ayers, classic Atlas book, Strange Tales, number 99. Ooh, Mr. Morgan's Monster. Kind of like the flaming carrot after having eaten a 4-course meal for like 3 years with eyebrows. Going to get those Brezhnev eyebrows, unibrow on there. Oh, cool. Anyway, keep collecting. Yeah, maybe it's a little bit. I've got to get that information to Cricket Painter. I've got a few other things to do. Yeah, do you like the ideal? Leave a comment down in the description of this video. Do you like the idea of like on the 9-card trading card set of having 18 characters instead of just 9? I kind of like that. I've got a big universe. I want to get these, get some just for my own enjoyment. I want to get my characters out there, even if it's just on a trading card set, that way we get 18 characters on 9 cards. The sooner we can introduce some of these characters, the, more comfortable the more you see them, the more you're going to want to read about them and find out about them, well, working on multiple stories. I guess most of my stuff until we have a breakout hit will probably be, sort of an anthology. Thanks for the morning listing, Rex. Thank you, Mrs. G, for showing up. Yeah. See you at 4, Omer. Appreciate each and every one of you. It was good to see Katie and Marcus and Gable and all you folks come in here so early in the morning, making the supreme sacrifice of some of your weekend time. We're going to have an extra long 4 o'clock shadow today. How long? I don't know. Tune in and find out. Omer Glitch are going to be our special guest today. We'll have an Omer Glitch art packet to show you. What did I get? And also, he sent me a CG book. And thank you for that. I take it that poster came with it with the purchase of your book. So I appreciate all that. We'll talk about that and more on the 4 o'clock shadow episode. What is it? 1002 today. Ooh. And then tomorrow I will be going solo. I will be going solo on Restream again for a little bit of time. I get my time back at the end of the month. So it'll probably be February 1st. I already got the Rex X and Apex show set up. Rex X and Apex tomorrow, though, on Saturday on Apex's channel. And then I'll be hosting it again on mine. Don't have a special guest yet. Yeah, see you later, Gable. It's always good to talk to you. Why don't you come on and talk to us? Why don't you come stream, huh? You got a microphone? Put that icon up there. You don't have to dox yourself. Come in and talk to us. Gable Pennyshot. What does Gable Pennyshot expect in the crowdfunding scene and in his comic collection? What does he like besides my character Bog? It's Boglicious. You're going to get so much Bog, you're going to choke on it by the end of, I aim to please. So I'm going to please, I'm going to please you by, what's it? I'm going to have to do a sound check on that. Anyway, I'm going to get out of here and please you by getting out of here. Once again, next time I'm not working late. Okay. Just let me know, Gable. Let me know and we'll work in. Absolutely. We'll have a good discussion about comics. I'd love that.